This meeting is being recorded.
We're so excited for today. My name is Juliette.
All
and
right.
welcome to our Tuesday call. And we gather on Zoom every Tuesdays, Utah, 7 o'clock my time. And our guest here with Karen and Donna, we're on Utah time as well. But we have a lot of business brand partners as well as new potential customers on our call on California time as well. We actually have everybody, nationally as well as internationally. And especially today, we have a special guest. So, we're going to go ahead and get right started. But you know what, before we do, just to let you guys know, Donna and Karen, they're absolutely amazing. This is exciting. Today is very exciting. Okay, so Karen, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this to you. I'm gonna leave to you to introduce yourself and why we have Donna, your mother, here today. Okay, so Karen.
Okay, yes. So my mother moved here to Cedar City with me in November. And in December, she ended up in the hospital. She was so weak when I came over and checked on her. And by the time we got to the emergency room, in order to hear and understand anything she was saying, I had to have my ear right next to her mouth because it was just the faintest whisper. Her energy was just completely drained. At that time, so she had been doing patches before, but during the move, we were kind of out of patches, so we were trying to scrimp by until we got her some more patches. But anyway, something hit. I don't know exactly what it was. When she went into the hospital, they said that it looked like a COVID pneumonia on the CT scan, but she tested negative for COVID. And her COVID antibodies were always normal. She was negative for that. She never coughed. She never coughed at all during that whole time, but she was just extremely weak. You remember that, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And while she was in the hospital, something happened and she got much worse. So it looked like she'd had a stroke or something. She would be so stiff and her hands would be curled and she would be shaking. And there was one point when she looked at me and she asked me who I was, which, that was just that was extremely devastating.
And I was having horrible hallucinations.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But while she was in the hospital, we did start patching and patched the whole time through. I used 2 sets of energy enhancers on her to help with her energy, and the staff would notice that after I came and put on patches, and she would seem to perk up and do better. We'd go for a walk down the hall and she seemed like she would be doing better. But then things kind of deteriorated and they decided that it was time to just send her home on hospice and wait for her to die.
Wow.
I didn't have a reason why it was almost like a Parkinson's-like thing. It was almost like a stroke thing, but everything was normal on the CT scan, there wasn't any rhyme or reason to exactly what was going on. So nobody knew how to fix it. They just kind of figured, it was her time to go. But I knew my mom had told me before she came here that she was supposed to be here for a long time because that's what her guide was telling her. And so I knew I was hoping that she was supposed to be here, but I had my doubts. Around December 16th, she got to the point I couldn't even feed her. It was very scary because I would put food in her mouth. She didn't even know what to do with it. It just came right out of her mouth. And I knew that if I did not get fluids into her, that she was just going to die. I wouldn't have enough time to do anything to help her. And so we were staying at my Aunt Joanne's at the time, and my Uncle Dell And I rushed off to the only place that was open, Walmart, their pharmacy, and got a syringe. And I just drew up milk with a syringe. We laid her down and I was just shoving fluids into her. Luckily, she just still had a little bit of a swallow reflex. She did choke a couple of times, but we were able to get fluids down her. But her mind was just not there. She was not thinking.
I don't remember any of that.
Right. But we started using the brain balance protocol, and it was interesting in the hospital when I tried to patch her with the Aeon patch, she would resist me and start shaking horribly and tell me, no, stay away from, you know, that I wasn't to use the Aeon patch on her. And we found out that I guess that's the most powerful patch in the group, and I think at that time she was just too weak for it. Later, as she started improving, she let me put that on. But so we use the carnosine patches. So the brain protocol is carnosine here, carnosine here, carnosine in the back, and then on top we would stack glutathione, carnosine, and Aeon. And by Christmas, she started improving. And that's when that's the video, the first picture. Yeah, the video that I sent you was Christmas, and that was actually her improving.
Wow.
Are you able to show that?
We
the
are.
video?
Yeah, Nikki.
Okay.
Nikki, can you show us the video, her before video? Wow.
Actually, it's not too bad. Can you say hello, Mom? Can you hold up your head, Mom? Okay.
So you can see, you know, she says, hello, Mom. She's not even processing what I'm saying to her.
Wow.
And to try to get her up and about, everything was just a chore. Everything was just a labor. But we've been using the stem cell patches. We've been using all of the patches pretty much on a regular basis, and especially using the stem cell and the X39 to try to help build up her muscle strength and tone, and doing the patches. In fact, so we've been doing Larry's suggestion and kind of putting patches on, kind of like a turban-like thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that she could wear once in a while. And I noticed that once she was strong enough that we were able to take her back home, but her mind just was still struggling a little bit. But the more she would do that, I came in one day, because she lives in a separate apartment from me. I came in one day and she said, oh, I found out that I did your Druidic astrology all wrong. And here, I've updated it, and I've updated Jerry's and my husband, and updated your son's. And that was kind of impressive to me. And she's been, last night, tell me what you were doing. You were
I was doing Chinese
astrology. So she's a certified astrologer, and so she's looked at Hindu astrology and all of these different things, and she just gets so absorbed. And if you've ever looked into astrology, there's a lot of intense little signs and symbols and numbers, and anyways, it's pretty intense. I get lost doing it, but she's able to look at these things and figure them out, which is pretty impressive. And she's been slowly building up her strength too, to the point where, if you want to show the next video, we just did this recently.
I know, we have 2 videos to show.
No. So yeah, for her to
Outfit, by the way, very cute outfit.
And a possibility at all.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. My heart's beating just watching this.
Yeah, the amount of coordination it takes to do something like this, and balance and strength to pull yourself up. This would have been just a complete impossibility back in December. And the fact, and the cognitive function, the strategizing that she has to do to be able to perform this task.
Yeah.
Ooh! Oh, that was fantastic. Okay. Okay, we're gonna show the other video too.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is harder. Well, we're getting many hearts, thumbs ups,
Yay.
woohoos.
But yeah, so you can see she has come a very, very long way. And I know that we had a lot of prayers out there. We were doing every trick in the book. We were working on nutrition, but I really think that the patches played a huge role in helping her to be able to make the progress that she has. I wouldn't like to replay all those events without the patches. Let's put it that way.
Oh, for sure. For
You're
sure.
doing good. You're doing good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
What was she saying over there?
She was saying she was done. She was coming back down. She'd gone high enough.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my gosh. How did you feel when you saw Donna doing that?
Well, thrilled, yeah, because it's amazing to see her journey, and it's amazing it's amazing for me to see her confidence building in the things that she can do for herself too. So
Wow, that's so awesome. You know what? Did we mention how young she is?
she is 84. Yeah.
That's so amazing. And you know what, Karen, real quick though, what is it that you do?
What is it that I do?
Uh-huh. Because you obviously took amazing care of Donna, right? Your mom. But yeah, that's also because you're in health and wellness.
Oh yeah, so I'm a nurse practitioner, but if I would have relied on Western medicine, she would be dead by
I
now.
would be dead.
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm one of those nurse practitioners who loves to look at a lot of alternative things.
Yes.
Because sometimes you really need to look outside the box.
Yep, we certainly do. We really do. So how do you feel as a daughter to be able to do this for your mom?
Like I'm fulfilling my calling, like I need to be here, and I'm glad that I'm glad that she ended up here when all of this happened, so that I could be able to help her the way she needed to be helped.
Donna, how do you feel?
Well, it's been an interesting journey. I didn't realize till a few days ago that I was on hospice, and I don't remember some of those things. But I I felt like I was when I went on those on the thing going up,
The
on
little
that
spider web.
equipment, yeah, and the other, I felt like an athlete who's under training. Only, and you can't do it unless somebody is telling you you're doing great, keep doing it, and gets all excited because you could. I mean, Karen would come and say, "We're going over on the," and I'd say, "What?"
Was Karen a tough coach?
Yes, today we're going.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Gosh, what?
Afterwards, I felt like, well, I just felt better and better about myself. And like, well, I keep learning. I learned from Karen, I think, and she's always getting me involved in something.
The girl was getting me involved in something, so it's
Yeah.
That's so amazing. Do you remember at all, like, you know, the whole process of, you know, from where you were to that one day where you just woke up? Do you remember any of that at all?
Till well, I was still, I knew I was bad off and I had fears and I wasn't moving very good. And Karen also, we were doing the patches, but we were also, like, one thing I really appreciate with LifeWave is that you also talk about other things, like you can undo what you're doing if you do all these things that are against
harmful
it
to your
and
body.
harmful.
Yeah.
And so I realized some of my thinking, I would focus on, I'm alone, I can't, and bring up all these fears. And I didn't realize how strong that was inside of me. And I've come to realize more and more. And I appreciate where I am and the people all around who I'd like to patch up.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
In fact, we should mention, so back in 2019, before we started on the patches, I had to go to, I had to choose a medical conference, and my mom was living in Albuquerque, New Mexico at the time. And so I picked one that was in that area so that we could hang out together. And so when we were sharing a room, I was very embarrassed with how many times I would have to get up during the night to pee. Just over and over again, I would have to get up to pee. I only felt better that my mom had to get up more than I did. But it was, I mean, I know that that is not a sign of youth to have to be getting up, 5 times to pee at night. That's just not normal. And then she got her bladder repaired. But no, that was after you had your bladder repaired. Right. That was after she had her bladder repaired. She was getting up over and over and over again during the night to pee, and so was I. And I knew I wasn't sleeping well, and that's why I actually started doing the patches in the first place, because I heard about the Silent Night patch and was interested in that, and both of us noticed with that patch right away that really did improve our sleep. And as time has gone on, I mean, how many times do you normally get up to pee now?
You shouldn't ask that.
Well, I know it had improved a lot. It may have gotten worse, but I usually, I mean, I drink a lot before bedtime. So, but I get up at once, but it's a huge improvement from what it was.
I do get right back to sleep, but it's about, and sometimes, let's see, I use Nirvana a lot at night because something was said about how good it is for pain. And I've been a little, I think I had used the Silent Night.
Oh, the Silent Night.
Silent Night. But I'm afraid if I use the Silent Night and sleep too good, I might not make it to the bathroom.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, well, I don't know if that's a good problem to have or not anymore.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Your ice wave in your finger.
Oh, I used to garden a lot and pull up weeds, and I pulled my fingers out of joint.
Ay.
Yeah, I just grab them. I did a lot of dumb things in my life. I used to do ceramics. I made my own bowls. I had my own kilns. I did porcelain, all kinds.
And then meanwhile, causing COPD for her lungs.
I never wore a mask.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I'm paying. But let's see. So what was?
So didn't you tell me that your trigger finger had gotten better with the ice wave? Was it your trigger finger?
Oh, I've done different things. Like last night, one finger was sore, and so I would put on, I put on ice wave. I'll also put on I guess it was the ice wave I was doing and doing both hands. When Karen tries to use the oximeter on my hands, they don't have a lot of feeling, all of them. I really messed them up.
But but yeah, but
now
you're
you can feel it.
a lot better though.
Yeah,
That's so awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, Donna. Karen?
Yeah, and then one of the things that I enjoy a lot about the stem cell patches is a few months I noticed, because we were just into COVID and we were all starting to use telemedicine, and it bothered me when I would see myself on the camera and see how thin, and I could feel, and it was like this tissue under my eye was getting thin. And well, I'm 56 years old now, so I mean, you got to think about aging and stuff like that. But I noticed that only after a few months of using the stem cell patches, that padding was getting thicker, which was, it's a really cool thing.
Oh, also my hair is coming in darker.
So I wonder if you can turn around a little bit more, if they can see the lights on that side. Probably not. You probably can't see from here, but she's got a lot of dark hairs now.
Oh, wow. No, we could see it.
Yeah, they used to
are dark.
White.
Wow.
And so that's been kind of fun.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, but you know what, Karen? To finish off, I want to hear about your dream again.
Oh,
okay. Dream.
Sure. Yeah. So I had this dream where I was in a valley and I was looking up, and it was a kind of a cliff, And there were these 3 doors coming out of the cliff, and one was just this gorgeous, ornate door. And I wanted to get up to it, and instantly I was up, and I went inside. So I went right inside the mountain, and there was this long hallway down to a cafeteria, and then there was a bunch of people sitting down eating. And in this cafeteria, there was just light, all this sunshine, this light that was flooding through, even though we were inside of this mountain. And what I got was that when I thought about what the interpretation was of this dream, I got that this was life wave. This was that light energy, and that it was that this is just a gift from the divine, and that the people down in the valley below that don't have this kind of information and have this kind of technology are not protected, and that we need to share it with as many people as we can, because this is the people in this group that were enjoying this light energy. We're just so happy and like a family, and it was really cool. Anyway.
Was that team Continuum?
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, thank you so much for joining us today. There were so many people that were really excited. They even sent us messages asking us to record it, make sure that it's available for the rest of us. And, you know, we even have like, you know, doctors in our team. They couldn't make it. The ones that couldn't make it, as I make sure you record it. So we got a lot of requests, you know, to make sure that you and mom, you know, Mama Donna, you know, was available to be viewed again after. So thank you so much for sharing your incredible story. I'm sure you're an inspiration for a lot of people that are here today. You know, we have people like right now, I think that not just nationally, but we have, you know, people watching in from international, and we're also live right now. So I'm sure there's a lot of viewers, you know, outside of